Good evening, folks, and welcome to Montreal, Quebec, Canada. We are north of the border here. I am Les Talk here with you for Game 3 of our 4-game Saturday slate as the top two teams of the Canada Division get ready to face off here. We are ready at the face-off dot. It'll be Kawaguchi against Ely. Folks, we should be in for a whale of a game here as the opening draw, 1 to Montreal. They'll flip it down. It'll go all the way down and turned over. Alexanderson now will skate up for Toronto. Kawaguchi to the red line and then flips it in. Winters now up with the puck for Montreal. He'll get it poked away there at the red line. Gets it over to Lackinen. He'll turn it over to Kawaguchi. Olsen looking to enter. Unable to get very far. A lot of neutral zone play right now. Neither team really being able to set up in their offensive zone as the top lines go against one another. Olsen, he'll get to the red line and dump down. Press to the boards there by Kawaguchi. Kawaguchi now comes free with it. Unable to keep control of it. Now he'll get it to the center to Jeremiah. And then Lackinen able to poke it away. Lackinen now around. Looks to center. Oh, and it'll go. I think Belotis did get a save there on Shegstead. It's one of these top lines here. Shegstead now he's buried into the boards there. Turned over. Acho with a chance. Oh, and a glove stop by Belotis. What a save. Acho with a great move going forehand, backhand, and tried to flip it, and Belotis able to get a glove on that one and snare it. Marshall now against Franz Shegstead, and it'll be one away to Toronto. Arvidsson in across the line for Toronto. He'll go to the corner. Centers to Alexanderson. Knocked down in front. We already saw Belotis at the other end. Jake Zavina in net for Montreal. So they get ready for a doubleheader tomorrow. They'll be welcoming in winners earlier today, the Chicago Lakers, to town. Sokolov into the middle, gets it poked away. Hughes with a chance. Tries to get it to the middle, and it's turned over to Alexanderson. Up ice to Allard, goes to Arvidsson. Arvidsson down low to Marshall. Can't get the shot away. It'll come on net to Zavina, and he'll hold right there. De Laurent against Fetisov in the dot now. Tie up there. It'll be 1 to Toronto. Then turned over. Andre and Brewster. And Brewster. Thibault will skate up with it. He'll get it to Ostergaard. Ostergaard at the red line. Pounded there. And flip back in for Montreal. These two teams met on opening night over 2 weeks ago, where Montreal was able to come away with a 5-2 win in Toronto. Toronto since then has been on a bit of a tear. Only losing one other game, and then having one more game go to overtime, which they did end up winning. Montreal since that point also only lost one game. That came to Calgary on the road. Mikhailov down low on the backhand. Oh, tries to get it out front to Dubois, and it goes awry. They'll continue to battle for it. Turned over. Montreal keeps it in. Duda down low. Goes wide. Belotis might have got a stick on that, but Dubois now pressed behind there by Svensson. Goodman Svensson. Costa in for Toronto. Fetisov in front. Oh, and he can't get it by Zavina. Tries to go upstairs. Again, stopped by Zavina. Kovalev gets it up to Dubois. Marc Dubois. Tries to get it to the center, and Fetisov will pick that one off. Fetisov will retreat in the neutral zone, get it cross ice to Thibault. Cousins will try to enter now. Brent Cousins to the corner. Back to Svensson. Can't get the shot away. Marc Dubois will skate away. Dubois still with it. He'll skate all the way to the corner and go behind them to Babcock. Out front to Kovalev. To Dubois in the slot. Shot gets blocked away. Dubois now back with it at center ice. Babcock, he'll enter. Vincent, shot gets blocked. Back to Winters. Vincent now with it. He'll try to walk in, gets it poked away. Darren Long had an opportunity and it'll get poked away by Winters. Montreal back on it. Babcock entering the zone. And a trip coming there. Svensson going to be caught for the trip. In front, another stop by Belotis, and it'll finally be touched up by Toronto. And it'll be Svensson that touches it up, and he will be guilty of the trip there in the corner or along the boards. Ely now against Marshall in the dot. As Montreal goes on their first power play of the evening here. Acho turned over to Allard, and Allard will get it all the way out for Toronto. Acho gets it up to Sokolov. Sokolov across the red line, now enters the zone. Feeds it back to Ely. Shot goes wide. Probably was deflected in front. De Laurent over to Hughes. Hughes down to Ely. Sokolov with a chance in front, and Belotis able to snare that one. He'll keep play going. He gets it to Bowman, who has enough time and space to get it all the way down the ice for Toronto. Montreal now with it. Hughes at the goal line. De Laurent goes all the way across ice to Ely. De Laurent in front. Oh, can't get the shot away. Good play by Johansson. Able to stick and shove De Laurent off the puck and take it away. Evgeny Ely gets it poked away there at center ice. Sokolov, he'll be tripped. So another penalty coming up here for Toronto. Sokolov tries to feed the center, and it'll be touched up there. And we got a fight going here. Johansson, he'll fight Acho. As Sokolov is actually hurt from that. It looked like a pretty innocuous hit there in the corner. But Johansson now, he'll go up against Acho, and they'll continue to battle. Johansson with a couple of punches in there, an uppercut, and then Acho connects. Johansson, uppercut. Acho, uppercut. And down goes Johansson as Jean-Gabriel Acho here at home gets the crowd to rise to their feet. So a 5-on-3 upcoming. Ostergaard now up against Ely. And Ostergaard able to win it back. It'll go back to Bowman. 30 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Colin Hughes gets up to Ely. And Ely turns it over in his own zone. They'll continue to battle for it at the boards there. Medved almost gets free with it. Oh, now De Laurent, he's got a step. Oh, can't get the shot through. Ostergaard now with it. He'll go off the boards and out. As Svensson's penalty will come to an end. We'll get it to Ely. Costa now to Alexanderson, and he'll go off the boards and out. Vincent up to De Laurent. De Laurent across the blue line. Will stop. Looks to get it to the front. Then gets turned over. De Laurent down low to Dubois. Can't get the shot away. Toronto still needing to clear, though. And Alexanderson finally will. We'll get it all the way down with just 20 seconds left here on the power play. Vincent now up ice to De Laurent. De Laurent gets it sticked away. Costa will come up with it. 9 seconds left here. Bowman will have it. Gets it to Fetisov. He'll enter the Montreal zone. Goes to the corner. And that's going to end the power play. So 2 big kills there for the Royals. But now Dubois, he's got a step. Shot stopped by Belotis. And he will hold right there. So 2 good kills for the Toronto Royals. Montreal unable to capitalize on the 30-second 5-on-3. So now we find ourselves still even. 6:18 left. Vincent over to Winters. Winters turns it over. Arvidsson with a step. Arvidsson in on Zavina. Stopped by Zavina. He stonewalls. Lars Shegstead now countering the other way for Montreal. He'll get to the front. Lackinen with a chance. Gets blocked away. And a trip coming up here. Lackinen's going to be guilty of a trip there. Oh no, excuse me. It's Ely. I thought it was Lackinen. My fault. Yep, a trip there, right there, as he's just trying to poke for a loose puck there right in front of the goaltender. Unable to come up with it. Kawaguchi against Lackinen now in the dot. Kawaguchi able to get position and win it away, but it'll come out of the zone as Lackinen with a good play on Jeremiah. Turned over, Franz Shegstead to Vincent. They come in shorthanded, and Jeremiah picks it off. It'll stay in the Toronto zone. Partanen stop there. So Montreal, the aggressor here so far. Arvidsson with it. It'll now be Jeremiah. Jeremiah behind the net to Kawaguchi. He scores! Victor Kawaguchi. Set up by CC Jeremiah on the power play. Kawaguchi just hanging out right near the side of the net. Jeremiah finds him. And that gets our first goal on the board to Victor Kawaguchi on the power play. Evgeny Ely now gets it to the front. Laakkonen, stop there. And Belotis will hold, and he'll get the whistle. Kawaguchi now against Dubois. Dubois able to kick it back. Stephenson will step up, stopped by Belotis, and he will glove it right there. So Montreal's had the advantage in play, I'd say, so far, but Toronto with that power play able to capitalize, gives them the 1-0 lead here. 4:21 left here in the first. Thibault will get it up to Jeremiah. CC Jeremiah gets the red line and dumps in deep. It'll be M. Brewster on it. They'll fight for it there. Kawaguchi and Babcock will get into a battle there. Now Dubois comes free. Kicked back in the Montreal zone deeper. They'll go cross ice to Babcock, who's pestered there by Jeremiah. Top line against fourth line here. Montreal looking to kind of weather the storm here against this top line for Toronto. And Brewster gets it up to Kovalev. He'll turn it over to Thibault. Kawaguchi tries to get it away. It'll come free to Kovalev. Kovalev turns it over. Kawaguchi with a step. Oh, he had an opportunity, and then Brewster with a good stick. Able to poke it away from the Toronto captain. Behind the net to Babcock. Out front, slap shot. Gets kicked to the corner to Shegstead. Alexanderson will now pick it up. It'll come up to Olsen. Olsen swerving through, and now that's going to be offsides as it was poked away from him right at the blue line as Jeremiah tried to carry in. So 2:07 left here in the first period. We are 1-0. Advantage Toronto. Medved against Franz at Shegstead. Shegstead wins it back to Hughes. He'll get it cross ice to Partanen. Advances. Gets it in the front to Acho. Stopped there by Belotis. Another good opportunity there for Montreal. So they get to the blue pane, and Zigmar's Belotis able to shut the door right there. Medved now unable to win the draw. Mikhailov tries to get it to the front of the net and can't. It'll be Darren Long, fourth line out here for Toronto. Darren Long bodied off the puck. He'll keep with it, get it to Medved. Stopped by Zavina, and he'll hold right there. Marshall against Franz Shegstead, and Shegstead able to win it back to Partanen. Colin Hughes will try to exit the zone. He'll get it up to Acho. Acho across the blue line, stays wide, gets it to the trailer. Partanen in the slot, and it gets blocked away. Goes behind the net, and Cade Marshall will pick it up. 30 seconds left here in the first period. Allard trying to get it out of the zone, unable to for the moment. He's bodied there a couple times. Mikhailov able to get the takeaway. Franz Shegstead now gets it poked. It'll come to Alexanderson. He'll get it up to Allard. Gets it to Marshall, and they do finally get it out with 3 seconds. 2 and 1. A shot by Marshall gets blocked away by Zavina, and that will do it for the opening period here for Montreal. So a well-played first period. Both teams going up and down with great action. And it ends up being Victor Kawaguchi with the power play marker. Little short side shot, as you saw there, from our net angle to beat Jake Zavina. So we're going to take our first intermission, and we'll be right back with you for the start of the second period. All right, good evening, folks. We are back for Game 3 of our 4-game Saturday slate. I am Les Talk with you here from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. So right now the Royals with a 1-0 lead here on Montreal. Turned over there. Jeremiah now for Toronto will try to get up ice, and he gets it poked away. Evgeny Ely tries to skate away. He'll be bumped there at the Toronto bench. Vincent turns. He'll now have it behind the net. Gets it up to London Winters. Goes cross ice to Lackinen. Matthias Lackinen gets it to Shegstead. He's bumped off the puck. Kawaguchi will skate onto it. He'll go cross ice to Olsen. Olsen now looking to make some room. He'll flip it in. It's like it'll be Vincent, the first one on it. He's pressed to the boards by Kawaguchi as they fight for it there. Montreal will come free of it. Winters retreats in his own zone. Almost loses it there, and now Lackinen will skate away with it. Lackinen continues with it. He's bumped there. He'll continue and press there. Comes behind the net. It'll be Alexanderson. He'll get it up to Johansson. Johansson up to Olsen. Olsen across the blue line. Stops. Looking for someone. Slap shot. Jeremiah with the one-timer gets stopped there. Olsen now digging at that forecheck. He'll continue on it as Hughes now will skate away from Montreal. 3 minutes in here to the second period. Toronto holding on to a 1-0 lead here. Trying to keep it that way. It'll get to the red line. He's belted there was Johansson. Had a fight earlier with Jean-Gabriel Acho. That was not Acho. I believe that was Partanen that gave him the hit there. And now Toronto's going to be spring loose. Cade Marshall with an opportunity. Can't get a shot away. Tried to stop and get back to his forehand and unable to. Mikhailov now over to Partanen. Partanen gets it poked away. Marshall tries to feed it out in front, and Acho will pick that pass off. Terenti Mikhailov. Oh, he's got room. Toronto going for a change. He's got a chance. In front. Stop there. And Johansson will sweep it away from that slot area right in front of his netminder. Costa with it. Costa cutting in. Tries to get to the front, and Zavina will glove that one. Oh, he'll keep play going. I thought he was going to hold, but we were so close to getting the whistle, and now we are up and going again. Leifer Stephenson gets it up ice to Dubois. Dubois to the trailer and booster. Mikhailov down low. Can't get a shot away. In front. Be passed back to the point. Mikhailov with it. Down low to Babcock. Mikhailov still with it. And Belotis able to come up with a good stop there as it's shot right into the midsection of the young goaltender. Fetisov against Dubois here in the dot. Third line against third line. And it'll be won by Fetisov. Svensson looking to skate away. He's watched there by Babcock. Or excuse me, by Dubois. Dubois bumped off the puck. Gets it up to Stephenson. Turned over at center ice to Ostergaard. Ostergaard up to Fetisov. Svensson tries to go cross ice, and Dubois will pick it off right at center ice, right on top of that Quebec logo. Shegstead in front. Tries to get it down low, and Costa picks it off. Gets it up ice to Ostergaard. Finn Ostergaard still with it. Ostergaard into the slot down low. Stopped there by Zavina. Goes up high to Svensson. Now Ostergaard back with it. They try for the backdoor play, and it's stopped there. I believe that was Olsen on the back door looking for the opportunity. Olsen now in front. Turns it over. He lays a shoulder into Lars Shegstead as he's slow to get up. Now Montreal skates the other way. Lackinen with it. He'll get it poked away by Thibault. Thibault kicks it up the boards, but it'll go right to Vincent from Montreal. Vincent tries to get it deep and is unable to. Turn it over. Jeremiah now with it. Jeremiah will flip in. Goes high off the glass. First one on it is Hughes. He's pestered there by Olsen. Partanen now on it. Olsen will continue to follow him. He'll bump him right to the blue line. Kawaguchi keeps it in. Gets it to Svensson. Back to Kawaguchi. Backdoor. They score! It is CC Jeremiah. So a great forecheck by Toronto leads to the Montreal turnover. And they have numbers going downhill, and CC Jeremiah this time able to beat Jake Zavina. So Toronto approaching the halfway point of this second period now with a 2-0 lead here. Shegstead in front, and he'll be stopped by Belotis, and he'll hold right there. Kawaguchi now against De Laurent. Kawaguchi wins it back to Alexanderson. Poked away by De Laurent. Gets it to the point to Stephenson. And Brewster to Duda. Duda unable to get anything through. Mikhailov now down low. Oh, and a good stop there. Duda had an opportunity in the slot, and I think Belotis just got a piece of it to send it wide of his cage. Alexanderson up to Kawaguchi. He'll exit the zone. Get the red line and dump deep. It'll hit high off the glass and come down to Leifer Stephenson. He's watched there by Jeremiah. They'll continue to forecheck. They had a good forecheck on their last goal. They'll see if they can get one here. Olsen now digging in. It'll be Mikhailov that'll skate away with it, and he'll get it deep. It'll come to Alexanderson. Darren Long now with it. Long goes cross ice to Johansson. He's bodied there right at center ice. Darren Long able to pick it up, and then he turns it over. Boris Duda goes cross ice. Now Marshall DeLaurent. DeLaurent bumped off the puck, excuse me. Alexanderson will roam behind his net. Long up to Cousins. Brent Cousins will flip it high and off the glass. Stephenson on it for Montreal. Gets it up to Shegstead. He'll turn. Trying to find something going here for Montreal. Stephenson now. Gets it over to DeLaurent. DeLaurent to Shegstead. Turns it over. Medved looking to skate with an opportunity here for Toronto. In the slot. Shot stopped by Zavina. Might have been deflected on its way in, but Zavina able to come up with the stop anyway. And Brewster flips it up ice to Shegstead. Tries to get it up. Now Lackinen finally gets on it for Montreal. They'll try to find some room, and it's poked back. So great forecheck here by Toronto again, as Montreal still in their own zone. 7 minutes left here in the second period. Lackinen turned over. Now he'll enter the zone. Sticks with it. Gets to the front of the net. Kicked away by Belotis. Good stop there. Vincent from the point. Winters to Vincent. It'll be turned over. Nope. Lackinen back on it. Goes back to Vincent with a drive. Looks like it was blocked away by Belotis. Lackinen in the low slot gets it turned over, and Allard will skate in to pick it up. Lane Allard unable to do with it as he's forced to the board. Shegstead stopped there. DeLaurent behind the net. Trying to get it out front. He'll get it up to Vincent. To Lackinen in the slot. Glove by Belotis. So good opportunity here for Montreal as that top line. Now, I mean, maybe it was just they couldn't get DeLaurent out, but it was Shegstead, DeLaurent, and Lackinen. And now we're going to go with Franz Shegstead, Jean-Gabriel Acho, and Terenti Mikhailov. So my guess would be Yevgeny Ely done for the evening, as he has not returned since that early hit in the first period. Vincent with a drive, stopped. Oh, and Shegstead an opportunity, but he's forced just wide. Acho, good pressure here by Montreal. Toronto needing to clear, and they will get it. Finn Ostergaard carries it out. He'll now carry across the blue line. Bumped off the puck by Vincent. 4.5 minutes left here in the second period. Winters gets it up to Mikhailov. Mikhailov up to Acho. Jean-Gabriel Acho gets it poked away. To the front, Dubois. Stop there. Acho couldn't get the rebound to go. And then sticked away again by Belotis. Fetisov pressed to the board. So kick it behind his net to Goodman Svensson, who has an assist earlier tonight. Demian Fetisov still carrying. Centers to Thibault. Thibault can't get a shot away. Good net front presence there as Montreal Toronto unable to get the shot through. That'll be deflected. Thibault will take it. Going to be a trip coming up to Montreal here. Jeremiah's still with it. He'll get it over to Olsen. Olsen down low to Kawaguchi. And now it'll be gloved by Zavina. He had Kawaguchi down low. Couldn't get it through. So Dubois going to be guilty of the tripping penalty here. So now power play coming up here for Toronto, already with a 2-goal lead. It'll be one away. Johansson to Arvidsson. Down low to Kawaguchi. One-timer. Stopped by Zavina. Behind the net, Jeremiah flips it on, and it's stopped again by Zavina. Jeremiah in front on his backhand. Back to Johansson at the point with a drive. Was blocked by his own teammate. I think it was Arvidsson that blocked that one. Kawaguchi on it to Svensson. Tried to get it down low, and it'll be picked off. Partanen high off the glass and out. Good pressure there from Toronto, but unable to crack Zavina there. Kawaguchi up to Arvidsson. Arvidsson trying to skate through. He's watched by Vincent. Gets it poked away. And now Ely will skate. Evgeny Ely back in the game. Short-handed. Stopped by Belotis, and he'll hold right there. So good opportunity by Evgeny Ely as he gets in. Face-off coming here. It'll be Costa against Kovalev. Second power play unit now out for Toronto. And it will be won by Montreal there. They'll battle for it here in the Toronto zone. They'll continue to fight. Babcock will come free with it. Tries to get a shot. Kovalev with a stop by Belotis. So good pressure here for Montreal despite being shorthanded. As the second period starts to wind down. We're at 1:20. Marshall will stop. Get it to Costa. Can't get the shot through. Poked away. Ostergaard tries to get to the front. Costa blocked away. He's in the skates there of a Montreal Mammoth, and Kovalev able to get it all the way out. As we will just have 10 seconds left here on the Minor penalty to Dubois. Marshall with 5 seconds gets it up to Costa. Costa trying to get through. He's watched by Vincent. Down low to Ostergaard. Can't get a shot away as it was in the skates of Winters. So 40 seconds left here in the period. Olsen will pick that one off. It'll be sticked away there. Dubois on it. He'll flip it up to Acho. Jean-Gabriel Acho can't get through. Lionel Thibault with it behind the net. Trying to poke it free is Acho. Costa will come away with it. Up to Marshall. Over to Olsen with 4 seconds left. He's blasted there at the red line. Acho looking to attack with 1. Unable to get a shot away. So after 2, we have 2 goals for Toronto and none thus far for the Montreal Mammoths. Svensson to Kawaguchi to Jeremiah. That's the second goal that came here in the second period. So we have a 2-0 lead for Toronto here at the Mammoth Center in Quebec. We're going to take our second intermission. Be right back with you for the start of a thrilling third period from Montreal. Good evening, folks. We are back for period number 3 of this Canada Division rivalry and a battle of the top 2 teams in Canada at the moment. I'm Les Talk, and we are ready for the third period. Puck drop there. Toronto wins the opening draw here of the third period, and we'll dump it all the way down. Lars Shegstead looking to skate away. He'll be watched there by Alexanderson. Continued. Turns it over to Kawaguchi. Kawaguchi gets it up ice to Jeremiah. Both of them with a point tonight. Gloved by Belotis. So bad turnover there by Jeremiah. Leads to an opportunity for the leading point scorer in the league, Lars Shegstead. And he's unable to get one by Zigmars Belotis. Kawaguchi now against Ely. Kawaguchi wins it back to Johansson. Gets it up to Alexanderson. Up to Jeremiah. CC Jeremiah turns, unable to do anything with it. They'll battle for it at the boards there. It'll come free. Shegstead looking to attack. He'll have it in the corner. Little backhand flip, turns it over. Jeremiah now on the attack. Along the boards, Kawaguchi. Shot stopped by Zavina. Puck is loose. Another shot by Kawaguchi, unable to beat Zavina. Winters now will skate away with it. He'll go cross ice to Vincent, up to Mikhailov. Terenti Mikhailov. Gets by Johansson and is bumped right at the last second there. Kawaguchi looking to skate away with it for Toronto. He'll now carry in. Kawaguchi looking for somebody. He gets it back to Alexanderson to Kawaguchi. Shot gets blocked in front. Olsen in front. On the backhand. Stopped by Zavina. Shegstead will get it out to Acho. Acho watch there. Now Winters up to Mikhailov. He'll turn it over. Alexanderson will continue to skate for it. Allowing teammates to go off for a change. He'll flip it back to his deep partner Johansson, who will get it up to Arvidsson. Walter Arvidsson turns, get it over to Alexanderson. Up to Jeremiah. Jeremiah blocked off there at the blue line. Shegstead over to Winters. Now to be Mikhailov with it. Approaching 4 minutes gone here in the third period. Montreal still without a goal. Yet to crack Zigmars Belotis here tonight. Cade Marshall now skating away. He's the leading point getter for the Royals. Turned over. Allard had it at the blue line. He'll turn it back over. Johannes Johansson to Arvidsson. Arvidsson stays wide, stops. Looks to get to the front of the net. To Marshall. Backhand stopped by Zavina. And he'll keep play going. He'll get it over to Hughes. Up to Babcock. Dubois now will skate with it. He'll carry into the zone. Stops there, and Marshall gets the turnover. Marshall protecting the puck along the boards there. Now it'll finally get poked away as Vincent grabs it behind his own net. Babcock turns in the neutral zone, gets it up to Dubois. Dubois to Kovalev. Shot stopped there. Another opportunity. It's loose in front. And Montreal unable to do anything with it. Costa now will have it. He'll get it up ice to Thibault. Gets it to Ostergaard. Cross ice to Fetisov. Fetisov carries it across and dumps it down. Partanen will battle there with Ostergaard. And now Partanen able to get away. Gets it over to Hughes. Up to Dubois. Dubois with lots of room. Gets it over to Babcock on the near boards. It'll get poked away and then turned over. Finn Ostergaard with it. He'll get it up to Demian Fetisov. Fetisov loses it there. Poked back but held in the zone. Tried to go down low to the corner. It'll be Shegstead, the first one on it for Montreal. Partanen now up to Shegstead. Gets it to Dubois. Dubois with 12.5 minutes left here in the third. Easily bodied off the puck. They'll continue to battle for it. Dubois flips it down low. Shegstead first one on it. Lacking in a one-timer. Stop there. Thibault now away to Brent Cousins. Cousins looking to skate. Trying to get around M. Brewster. He will now carry it. Gets it back to Ostergaard. Down low to Cousins. Cousins looking for some options in front. Shot by Medved, and it's stopped there by Zavina. Evgeny Ely will go cross-ring to Shegstead. He'll go back cross-ring to Lackinen. Lackinen now gets by the defender. Lackinen to Shegstead. He scores! So poor stand-up at the blue line by the defenseman. I believe it was Bowman. And they get in 2-on-1. That top line. Lackinen to Shegstead, beating Zigmar's Belotis. So now just a 2-1 game here in Montreal with 11:14 left. Montreal in again. Shot stop there. Bowman will pick it up. Medved with it for Toronto. Medved stops. Loses it. Lackinen and Long will play with it there. Long tries to get to the center. Bowman to Long to Medved. Stop there. Kawaguchi against Franz Shegstead in the dot. 10:15 left here in the third period. A 2-1 lead for Toronto. And what's been a heck of a game here so far here tonight. Kawaguchi down low to Olsen. Tries to feed it to the point, but it'll come loose to Kawaguchi. Bowman, slap shot there. Deflected wide. I think that might have hit... Is it Jeremiah in front? Yes. I believe it hit Jeremiah and was deflected way wide to the corner. Franz Shegstead behind the net. Gets it up to Hughes. He'll be bumped off the puck. Kawaguchi will skate onto it. He's got lots of room. Kawaguchi trying to get around Stephenson. He gets a load to Jeremiah. Oh, and the shot just goes wide. Good opportunity set up there by Kawaguchi. Another shot. They score! Kawaguchi with another great play setting up CC Jeremiah. So that top line has been on point tonight. As those two specifically have now set up for all 3 goals here for Toronto. As they now take a 3-1 lead here on the road in Montreal. Marshall now with it. He'll skate to the corner. Tries to come out front. Unable to. Blocked off there by Acho. He'll go behind the net. Turns it over to Vincent. It'll just... No, now it will exit the zone. Mikhailov able to get it free. Acho pestered there. Bowman will skate back. Looks to turn up and is unable to. Bowman goes cross ice to Arvidsson. Arvidsson up to Marshall. Cade Marshall bumped off the puck there by Vincent. They'll battle forward in the corner. They'll come free to Allard. To Arvidsson. Arvidsson shot, unable to get on net, and Vincent pokes it away from Allard. 7.5 left here. Montreal needing another one just to keep things close. Lackinen to Ely. To Lackinen down low. Shegstead. Bodied by Belotis. Good save there. Is Belotis able to go from post to post this time and shut down the leading point scorer in the PIHANA. Ely now will face off against Fetisov. 7 minutes left here in Montreal. Vincent. Ely shot stopped by Belotis again, and he'll hold right there. So good opportunity again for Montreal. In this game, there would not be any changes in the standings. Even if Toronto wins this in regulation, they would still find themselves a point back of Montreal. Montreal would be able, if they come back and win this game in regulation, would extend to a 7-point lead in the Canada division. Ely stopped there by Belotis. It's behind him, and he'll glove it there. It was underneath his pads, but he's looking behind him, not sure where it is. Toronto with a win would get to 20 points. They'd be 5 clear of Calgary and will have played the same amount of games, so they feel comfortable. Remember, playoffs will just be the top 2 from each division, so it is important for Toronto to try to get as much room, as much as they want to try to catch Montreal. The goal, at least the minor goal, is just to stay ahead of Calgary and keep that second place position alive. Alexanderson will take it away from Montreal. 5:45 left here. Ostergaard trying to get it out of the zone, unable to. Ely skating in. He'll be blocked off the puck. Costa up to Fetisov. Fetisov skating away, gets it into the zone and turns it over. Shegstead met there at the Montreal bench. Will be flipped into the Montreal bench there. Fetisov looking to just get it deep, and he'll flip it into the bench. Kawaguchi now against Dubois. This top line back out there for Toronto. See if they can get something going again. See if they can get themselves a 3-goal lead. It'll be kicked down the boards deeper into the Montreal zone. Jean-Charles Vincent will skate onto it. He'll get it up ice to Kovalev. Kovalev attacking. Stop there. Kicked out by Belotis. Kawaguchi will skate onto it. He's got lots of room, and he'll just decide to dump it in. That's what's important right now for Toronto. Make Montreal do things the hard way. Don't give them anything easy. Force them to go 200 feet and forecheck a little bit. Dubois able to skate free. He'll carry into the zone. Gets it poked away there. Olsen skates onto it. Olsen looking to get it up ice. He's trailed there by Babcock. He'll flip deep and Vincent will pick it up. Vincent watched by Jeremiah. Gets it up to Hughes. Goes cross ice to Babcock. Brandon Babcock stops. Looks for the shot. Gets blocked away. Johansson will get it now. He'll get it over to Olsen. Under 3 minutes left here. And Olsen looks like he flipped it out of play. So we will bring it back outside the Montreal zone and have a face-off. Marshall against Franz Shegstead. 2:50 left here in the third period. Montreal dominating in the shots category, but they have been outmatched in the goal category, the important one, by the Royals here tonight. Partanen gets deflected to the corner. Hughes to Shegstead. Shegstead bumped off the puck. Partanen tries to get it down low, and Arvidsson will pick it off. Lane Allard with it for a second. Now Arvidsson skates back onto it. It'll be Mikhailov that bumps Arvidsson off the puck. Partanen over to Acho. Acho with 1:45 left. Acho into the slot, unable to get a shot away. And it's going to be a penalty here. So a slash on Jean-Gabriel Acho after he lost the puck there in that high slot, guilty of the slash. So Toronto, will now go on to the power play basically for the rest of the game, and now this puts a ton of pressure on the Mammoths as they look to get back in this game down 2 goals with 1:30 left. Thibault will pick it up. Toronto just kind of comfortable playing keep away to a certain extent. Ostergaard gets it up to Costa. Costa went into the blue line. He'll look for something. He'll get to the corner, gets it poked away. Winters tries to get it out. Unable to. De Laurent. Now he'll skate onto it and flip it out. So we have just a minute remaining. Under a minute now. Ostergaard now with it for Toronto. He'll enter the zone. Bumped off the puck there by Winters. He'll stick with it though. Free, and Zavina with a good stop there on Kate Marshall. So good glove stop there by Jake Zavina. 47.5 left. Montreal still unable to get the goaltender out of the net as they haven't had possession on their side of center ice at this point. Kawaguchi against Lackinen. It'll be won by Kawaguchi. Svensson down low. Blocked away. Zavina then able to poke check it away. In front, Arvidsson. Oh, just goes wide. Good setup there by Kawaguchi again. Jeremiah in front. Johansson, slap shot. Stopped there by Zavina. Another good stop. Vincent will kick it up the boards. It'll come free to Kawaguchi. Down low to Arvidsson. Up high to Johansson with a drive. Blocked down in front. Vincent to Shegstead. And now there goes Zavina. Shegstead over to Lackinen. Shegstead again. Johansson now to Kawaguchi. He'll get it over to Jeremiah. Jeremiah looking for the hat trick. Can he get it? Jeremiah. Oh, he decides to pass it over. Kawaguchi will have it. Kawaguchi still with it. He'll go up high, and they score. Jeremiah, he does. So CC Jeremiah gets the hat trick here tonight. And another assist to Victor Kawaguchi. So a hat trick for CC Jeremiah. Congratulations to him. As right as the timer hits 0. So Toronto with another big win as they come into Montreal and hand the Mammoths their second loss on the season and their first loss at home thus far this season. Which now just puts Toronto just a single point back of the Mammoths at this point. So a great game here from Toronto. Honestly, not a bad game for Montreal. They just, that's the turn of phrase, they got goalied. Zigmars Bolotis was incredible in net tonight. Came up with the stops when he needed it. And that Toronto offense, that top line specifically of Kawaguchi and Jeremiah, did just about everything for that team as they gave them the win here tonight. So we have one more game coming up tonight. You can head over there. It is going to be Calgary at Edmonton and the altercation for Alberta. You can head there if you'd like, or we will have our post-game stats and information coming up here in about 10 seconds. So we'll see you folks here in a little bit, or you can head over and catch that Calgary versus Edmonton game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with our post-game stats and information here as we are here in Montreal, Quebec, Canada for the Toronto Royals 4-1 win over the Montreal Mammoths here tonight. We take a look at shots. Again, Montreal dominating in the shots category, coming up with 34 to Toronto's 23. Toronto, though, more physical team tonight as they get 36 hits to Montreal's 18. Faceoffs in favor of Montreal. And then the power play as well. Toronto goes 2 of 3 on the power play. Montreal 0 of 2, unable to get anything going on their power plays here tonight. We'll take a look at the individual stats. As those top two, Kawaguchi and Jeremiah. Kawaguchi comes up with a goal and 3 assists for 4 points and a +2. Jeremiah does the same, 3 goals and 1 assist for 4 points and a +2 as well. Both of them with 4 shots on net. Jeremiah with 5 hits to Kawaguchi's 1. They both end up with a power play goal here tonight. Not a ton of point getters because those two were the big ones. Johansson comes up with an assist as well, and then Goodman Svensson also comes up with an assist tonight. So, Leif Olsen a +2 despite not picking up a point, 5 hits as well. Thibault, nothing to talk about. Alexanderson, 8 hits tonight. Oh, Johansson also had 6 hits as well. I missed him up there. Marshall, not really much to talk about. 3 shots, 2 hits. Fetisov, Medved, Cousins, -1s. Alexander Sigurdsson plays 5.49 and gets a +1 tonight. Congrats to him. And Darren Long, the other -1 on the board. So the story of the game is those top two, Victor Kawaguchi and CC Jeremiah. Or the story of this game is Zigmars Belotis. Holy, what a game from this guy. And he is putting, so far in the early goings, an incredible season as he comes up with 33 saves on 34 shots for a .971. Again, he's 1 save away from getting that second shutout on the early part of this season. So congrats to Belotis on another great game. And then the frustration, Montreal, that top line doing what they needed to. Ely, Lackinen, and Shegstead all come away with a point, but Acho, Vincent, Winters, Shegstead, Hughes, Sokolov, Delaron, Mikhailov, and Brewster, Partanen, Kovalev, Dubois, Stephenson, Babcock, and Duda, zeros all the way down that list. Our shots leaders, I see Kovalev with 5, and that's kind of it. Oh no, Shegstead had 6 at the top right there. Hits, Partanen with 4, Vincent with 4, and that's kind of it. So overall, an underwhelming performance, I would say, from Montreal here tonight. But you're going to have that every once in a while. You can't expect to just play your best every single night. So now we're going to show you a few of the goals from tonight. We're going to go to the first period, the lone goal. It was Victor Kawaguchi. Behind the net here was Jeremiah. He feeds it to Kawaguchi there. Here you'll see it from the side. Jeremiah there. Kawaguchi in front. And able to just sort of flip it. Well, just kind of a one-touch flip. Able to beat Jake Zavina on the short side as he's trying to go post to post. And he just leaves enough room for him to beat. And it was a sharp angle too. It actually hits the other post and drops in to the net. Second period, the lone goal for CC Jeremiah. Another great one. As a little tic-tac-toe play, sets up Jeremiah on the backside. Believe that's Hughes back there, unable to tie up his stick. Little play off the boards by Olsen. Svensson down to Kawaguchi, and then to Jeremiah. So great play by Olsen. That was the forecheck of Toronto right there, getting things set up. The Shegstead goal, a great goal for Montreal. Lackinen able to skate past the defense. Let's see it here. Yep. Able to get around Bowman, and then nobody really got to stick to him or gets a body on him. And Shegstead just drives that back post, and Lackinen knows right where to put it as he sets up Shegstead there. And then CC Jeremiah with another goal. They start from behind the net. Jeremiah out front. So that strategy of playing behind the net seemed to be a successful one for Toronto tonight. So it leads to quite a few other goals. They also did tack on an empty netter that also started from behind the net, as odd as that might seem. So a great performance here from Toronto. Montreal falls for just the second time this season, and they only find themselves up a point on the Royals in the Canada division. So that's going to wrap things up for me here in Montreal. We're going to send you out to Calgary versus Edmonton, the altercation for Alberta. That'll be the final game of our Saturday 4-game slate. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us here from Montreal. I'm Les Talk. We'll see you in Edmonton.